Recorded live.
Mic check, mic check. Redefinition. Yeah. Came down. Some brand new but ain't fresh. Some ran through but they stepped when the bass crept. They say mess, they don't mean the whole green. No green on the mic must mean no respect, no esteem. Throw your dreams on track but won't attach. Real soul power, get the flower for the whack. What you lack is the principle. Pip your fundamental cause it's simple. Open the pop like soul people. So raw, riddle me this so raw. I afro pick so ho. This so cow, my soul sounds so sick cause it's ill. You need to pop a pill just to deal with the real. Don't make me take your real and your deal cause you ain't physically fit to be this when you spit. It's just saliva, my soul live in the mix. I'm a soul survivor, you could check my credentials. Run it back to the basics, take your pad, break your pencil in it. These MCs got to fit. Get off the dick. King Death, quarter man. Love, come on. Antagonize me till I'm hostile, but want me docile. Feed me dreams that anything is possible, but place potholes, roadblocks, and obstacles in my way to make me shake, hop, and dodge a few. But ain't no problem, dude. No, my knowledge bothers you. The fact I went to college too prepares me for this job to do. I take it serious, I'm cancer to it stanza. Francis got the answers, and transom to lay hands up. But ain't no robbery, more like my philosophy. Master of the sciences, doctor of toxicology. I got the antidote, I span the globe, rocking shows for a massive folk. My parish know I'm far from the status quo. My flow top tier, rep for the niggas who wear low, wear rock bands. Redline my mind, quick shift to top gear. Hit the clutch, hit a Dutch, exhale. I'm out of here and I'm gone.
Say this last word at the end of this sentence is the future, alright? That's how I feel about it. Right now is the future. Who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow, this, that, and the third? We just build.
the questions, yeah, the questions. It's the questions, y'all. It's the questions. It's the questions, dig it. The questions. It's the questions, boy. It's the questions. Yo, what is it if the ball ain't got no back? What is paper with nigga if the nigga don't stack? Why do these girls look so good in the summer? If the guys had that, but you lady which one? Cause you answered the phone piece, do that mean that you not a freak? Cause you recognize me, yo, I got to speak. Why you got to act like a nigga all the time? It's a nigga, your complexion, is it all in your mind? What's the call, y'all? It's the question. It's the question, boy. It's the question. It's the question, yeah. The question. It's the question, y'all. It's the question. It's the question. Come on, it's the question. It's the question, boy. It's the question. It's the question, yeah. The question. It's the question, boy. It's the question. Yeah. If I'm an intellectual, whoa, I can't be sexual. If I wanna, does that mean I lack respect for you? You's a grown man, why fuck that young girl? Are you lusting? If you got paper like that, then why you still hustling? Now you know your stomach too big to be wearing a shirt like that. So why you want to go and do that? Why you wanna go and do that, love, huh? Yo, why your girl get giddy when my name come up? How come the industry build careers that don't last? How come niggas don't know but they front and don't ask? Man, I don't know. It's the question. It's the question, girl. It's the question. It's the question. Come on. It's the question.
We are on in 2 minutes, Illinois.
It's the question. We talking about the question. It's the question, girl. It's the question. It's the question. Come on. The question. And we shouting it out. What it's all about. Yo, why they say never when they know that ain't right? Cause to say never, you done said never twice. Why do I need ID to get ID? If I had ID, I wouldn't need ID. Why do these fine ghetto women got so much ass? Why did Dr. J shave his beard and mustache? How you got high expectations but got low patience? How come this joint named the questions is so John Blaze? Man, I don't know. It's the question. It's the question, the way. It's the question. It's my question. Come on, it's the question. It's the question, y'all. It's the question. Yo, it's talking about the question. It's the way, girl. It's the way. It's the why. Come on, the question. And the shot, y'all. The question. About, yo, yeah. It's the question. Where? It's the question. When? It's the question. Yeah. It's the question. When? It's the question, y'all. It's the question. How? The question. About. It's the question. What? It's the question, y'all. It's the question. Yeah. It's the question. It's the question. Shout it out. It's the question.
Oh, wait. Peace, everyone. You're now listening to the TalkShoe Radio Network, TalkShoe.com. This is TalkShoe Show number 128740, Underground Railroad Radio. I think this is our guest. Illinois, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm all right. And yourself?
All right.
Okay.
Who am I speaking to?
You're speaking to the mighty Angelsnupnup7. Brother Taalik Ibn'rad.
You sound so different on the phone, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm fine, sir. You know, I'm all right.
All right. For those that don't know, tonight's special guest, just say the most controversial YouTube channel with over 60 YouTube channels deleted, you know I gotta ask you about that, brother.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I gotta ask you about that. That's the main question. I've been wondering what is up with the Did it really delete 60 channels?
Yeah, that's my count I got so far. It might have been more, but that's what the last count. That's the last count.
Wow. Okay,
yes,
okay. Well, brother, when I have my guests on, the microphone is always yours. I'm gonna just sit back. The night is yours. Whatever you want to build on, speak on, it's all up to you.
Yes, sir.
I did want to. Well, the main question I want to ask you about, for those that don't know about the Realities Temple, how long you've been doing it, and for those who don't know, for your new listeners that we have here, like I said, it's the mic and the pad is yours, brother.
Yes, sir. Well, I didn't really have a lot to say. I was going to go by, your questions, but
okay.
Just to start this off, I've been doing this ministry, I would say, since 2008, but I did make my first video on YouTube probably December 2007, but I'm very sure things really got to popping in 2008. And when I first come to YouTube, the Realities Temple wasn't even a thought. My reason for coming to YouTube was because of an injustice that I had in the criminal justice system, and I wanted to just bring to the public the injustice that this state of Missouri placed upon me, being unjustly incarcerated for almost 10 years. That was the primary purpose to come to YouTube. I'm very sure there are many people who have suffered, unjustly under the law, and I wanted to let people know and try to inform them of what happened to me, so perhaps maybe others will not fall into that trap that they have always laid for dark people simply because of the color of our skin, that's waiting for us, because there is no justice. I thought there was justice, but from this experience I found out, again, the hard way, that justice is very lacking in this nation. But also the experience of being incarcerated for that period of time, it also caused many different changes in me as I went into incarceration as a Muslim. And when I came out, one would call me an atheist, but I am not an atheist. I call myself a realist, and I don't call myself an atheist because an atheist must acknowledge, in order to disbelieve in God, you must acknowledge God, and I don't acknowledge God, so how can I say that I disbelieve in a God or something that I don't even acknowledge to begin with? So I don't consider myself an atheist. But that experience, because I called on these gods, Allah or Jesus or whatever, and from that experience, none of them came to help me. But when I began to help myself and understood the law, understood the reality of my situation, then that's when I became free. And so now, from out of that experience, and then the icing on the cake was listening to a brother called, and I'm very sure many of you know, Pastor Ray Hagens. I was listening to Pastor Ray Hagens, and Pastor Ray Hagens said that the Jesus and perhaps even Muhammad.
Are you there?
Mind-boggling to me. They did not historically exist. So after hearing Pastor Hagen say that, I decided myself that I must re-examine everything that I was ever taught from Christianity to Islam, and even question Pastor Hagen, And from out of that, through my study, and using but using common sense, logic, and rationale, I came up with what I call the Reality Temple on Earth. And I did not know exactly what it would stand for. I did not know exactly what my foundation would be. I just started talking based on my first video was about the hypocrisy of Malcolm. Was he a real hypocrite? And from then on, it was on and popping, and things just started coming to me. And it's not like it's a revelation or nothing spooky. It's just that when you set your mind free from these things that bind your mind and let your mind begin to explore different realities, because in religion gives you the answer. Like in Christianity, they tell you Jesus is the answer. So if Jesus is the answer, that means whatever the problem is, you already know. But when you say, I don't know, then you open up your mind to countless possibilities and countless answers. So if you are rigid in mind and you already know the answer, but the answer does not work, what do you do? So now that's why we have to accept our reality of knowing that some of the things that we have been taught is not correct, and we should question all these different things. So this journey called the Reality's Temple, for me, is a journey into the questioning and the research and of the things that I have been taught since I have been a child, and using my own mind, not copying or listening to, well, the Quran said this or this minister or pastor said that. We should seek and learn and use our own brain to come up with these solutions and these answers. Now, if you come up with the same conclusion that the Bible or Pastor Mudflap or whoever you listen to, if you come up with your own conclusion, that's fine and dandy. But we must learn how to think for ourselves, bottom line. Yes, sir.
Okay. Peace, everybody in the chat room. I see everybody trickling in. Usually it shows a little bit later. If anyone has any questions for the brother, just type them in. I'll read them off. Yeah, something else I was going to ask you. I was going to wait till a little bit later, but what's going on with you and Tommy Sotomayor?
Well, I'll tell you, there's nothing going on between myself and Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor places an opinion in the public. And whenever myself or any of us place an opinion in the public, then it is subject to scrutiny. And some of that examination and some of that scrutiny, for some people, they will agree with what you say, and for some people, they will not. So I listen to Tommy Sotomayor, and he says many things that are true, I will admit, and I agree with that. But also at the same time, the way that he presents that truth, and then the truth itself, it is questionable, because you cannot claim to care for people and you beat them up. If I, for example, if I am a whoremonger and you keep telling me you need to stop doing that, you need to get you a good woman and settle down and stop whoremongering around, and you tell me that every day, for some people that might work. But for a lot of people, you can tell they already know what they're doing wrong. You telling them something they already know. But what we must learn how to do, especially among black people, and this is my what I see as a problem with Tommy Sotomayor, is that we must learn how to be compassionate with people. You know, beating people up and telling somebody how raunchy they are, sometimes that turns people away from the truth or from the positivity that you're trying to give to them. And he is so vicious in his dialogue, especially he targets just black women, like black men don't do the same. Wherever you see in black women, you will see in black men. The hair weaves and all these different things about the black woman. Now, black men don't buy hair weaves, of course, but there are things that black men do that you could say would be on the same equivalent, because we all are dependent on the Caucasian man system. So even if black women stop wearing weaves, it does not mean nothing, because the main problem is not weaves. The problem is a lack of the knowledge of self, the lack of our being able to produce our own needs and being dependent upon Koreans and Africans and the Haitians and Arabs and, of course, the Caucasian people. You know, so that's the main problem, a lack of the knowledge of self, the lack of the knowledge of love, and you're beating beating the people that you claim you love? Would you do that to your mother? Would you do that to your daughter? Would you do these things to the people that you love? You don't. So that's my problem. And many of his statistics and his thinking, he does not and lacks a knowledge of Black American history. He does not understand the psychological trauma that Black people have come into. In fact, he suffers trauma himself. If you listen to his history, he has an anger against women, period. As a matter of fact, you have many of these men on the internet, and they have a hatred to a woman, and when you listen to their stories, it's because some woman hurt them personally or whatever. So this is a way to vent frustration, but in the venting of their frustration, they're hurting us as a people, because the same thing goes on in other communities, but you do not see blogs about Caucasian men calling their women out of their name, bitches and beasties and savages. And
that's right.
Tommy Sotomayor has even gone to the point, he's even gone to the point whereas it's not really just about Black women. He even said out of his mouth he wished there were more George Zimmerman to kill more Black people. You know, what kind of message is this man sending? And then he says, I'm doing this for your own good. No, you're doing this because you're no good. And I have tried to reach out to him, to speak to him personally behind the scenes and waited on his radio show. He does not respond. So as a man who loves my people, who loves that Black woman, I don't see how y'all cannot love that Black woman, even though she, some of our sisters are ratchet, as they say. She's this and that and that. But she's still beautiful in her way. She's just unloved. Nobody cares. So don't bash a person who has been bashed. We have been bashed for 400 years. And he has been bashed. When people talk about him, he does not like it. Oh, Tommy this and Tommy that. He goes on video crying. So if you don't like being bashed, if you don't like your business put out in the street and you know, dirt on your name, why do you feel as though that it's right for you to come out here and bash us as a people? Because for every Black woman, every Black man that you bash, you actually are bashing and hurting all of us. There are no other people that are doing these things except Black folks. So why should the Klansmen get their hands dirty? Why should any racists get their hands dirty when we are happy in the name of justice, in the name of telling the truth? We do this to ourselves. So, yes, that's the only reason why. As a person, I do not know Tommy Sotomayor. As a person, he might be wonderful, whatever. That's why we need to talk in person so that we can have a dialogue and understand, so then come to some type of conclusion. But see, now also at the same time, we must understand this is how Tommy Sotomayor built his reputation. This is why Tommy Sotomayor is getting his money, because he has targeted the Black woman, and he gets paid for targeting and making mockery of Black women. If he was targeting and making mockery of Caucasian women or any other women, I can guarantee you he would not be popular. He would not have gotten as far as he has right now. So you attack my Black community, whether that is male or female, as a man, as one who loves my people, I'm coming after you. So that's just the bottom line. You know, that's for anybody. And I'm known for this. And that's the reason why. There's nothing personal. But you attack our community, you attack my Black woman, then as a man, I got to stand up for them and defend my people and that precious Black woman that we all should greatly love, because she was given to us, and she's the only real woman that we got. She's been with us since slavery, and she's still there. She's a little ragged, but then as men, we're not doing our job as the so-called providers and defenders, and we are allowing lions in our house to devour our women and children. So don't blame the Black woman, whatever she is. Black men must look within themselves, because we have failed in our duty to protect her from these vicious and wicked enemies that we have been dealing with for the last 300 years. Why haven't we gave her proper protection in all of 300 years? And so since we lack, she reminds us that we have derelict in our duty, but instead of taking our frustration out on this wicked enemy, we take it out on the woman and our children, our babies. We abandon them and leave them, you know, with no fathers in the home. And he talks about fatherless America. And that is the problem. there is no black man in the home. He's an example of that. There is no father. The father that we're looking to is the racist Caucasian man. So the point or one of the goals of the Reality's Temple is to cause the formation of a brand new black man and give that black man to the black woman and these children. In fact, give a new example of a black man and what we should do to ourselves as men and cause a community, because you cannot form manhood unless you form community and society, and a person or people in a slave-like condition cannot determine what manhood or womanhood is. So that's my problem with Tommy Sotomayor. There's nothing vicious, there's nothing malice, but if you attack my people in the name of your goodness or your so-called truth, and then I have to defend them, because who else is going to do it? Understand?
Okay, we got a question in the chat room. Okay. Peace to everybody that's trickling in. Thanks for coming on in. When you type your questions, please don't type them the way you're thinking, because it looks like broken English. How do you feel about Sotomayor saying your name? Does it get you views? And yet your other videos, are only up to 30 views? Huh?
Okay, I understand. I understand the question. There are many people who support Tommy Sotomayor, and they believe that your purpose to say something about Tommy Sotomayor is to get views. Now, my question with that is, there are people who put President Obama in their video titles. There are people who talk about President Obama. They talk about Michael Jackson. They talk about so-and-so. Is that to get views, or is that what you use, or that's what you need in order to discuss a certain topic? Tommy Sotomayor falls in is a public figure, and he's a popular. You might say that he's a popular figure. So of course there are people who are interested in him. So if I put Tommy Sotomayor's name, I'm going to get a certain amount of views, certainly because it's Tommy Sotomayor. But do not try to degrade me, because I've been and still is in the same position as Tommy Sotomayor. If you put my name in your video, if you talk about me, there are people who are interested in me, whether that is negative or positive. They will go to that video. What is this person talking about? Angelsnupnup7. What is this person speaking about the Reality's Temple? That's just how it goes on YouTube. And then they say that my average view is only 30 views per video. Well, that is true to a certain point. But also at the same time, I have many, many channels, and we spoke about this earlier. I have had perhaps maybe 60 channels destroyed. So my audience really don't know exactly where I'm at. So I have many, many channels, and maybe perhaps this person hasn't been to some of my strongest channels, because my average view on some of my strongest channels is about 300, if not more. And also I am on Facebook. I'm on Daily Motion. I am also on Vimeo. And also, if I only get 30 views, why would Tony ask me to be on Underground Railroad Radio? What sense would that make?
Okay, well, we got another one. Peace to guest number 5. What's this? Did you really sue Google?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I want to be truthful in my action against Google. Now, I sued Google actually 3 times. The first time I sued Google, the paperwork wasn't correct, so the case was dismissed. And I did that in federal court, and the federal court dismissed it because of technicality. So they didn't allow the suit to go through, period. So the second time, I went to state court, and the court dismissed it again because of, I don't know, some type of technicality. Oh, I know what it was, because they were not served properly. So, being the guy that I am, that do not like to give up, I'm very tenacious. I got my act together, made sure things was right, and Google got that subpoena. And so Google had to respond. I I submitted that petition, that motion in the court of Illinois, St. Clair County. Okay? So once Google got that subpoena, they knew it was serious. So they had to hire a lawyer to defend them in the civil action. Now, when it first began, they did not respond in time, or I forgot that. I think that's what happened. They didn't respond in time or whatever. So if you get sued or somebody gives you a subpoena, you have 15 or 30 business days to respond. If you do not do that within that time period, whoever filed that petition, they automatically win. So what happened was, the judge granted me a win, and so the judge granted me a win. Now this is what happened. Okay, I did win, and I did post on my video that I did win. All the information was right, but however, the judge recalled the case, brought it back, and the judge found that Google was not served properly or something like that. So we had to give them an opportunity to answer the petition, and they did. And I believe was it March of this year? I forgot exactly what it was. But anyway, March of this year, we went to court, and I went against Google, and I lost. I lost because I did not have the proper evidence. And the reason why I didn't have the proper evidence is because I'm not, at that time, when they were tearing down my channel. Now, mind you, Google did not deny, because the reason I was suing Google, because I was suing like they were calling my channel racist and all this kind of nonsense, and I wanted them to prove that. And when I went to court, it's in the records, if you get the transcript, Google did not prove that what my ministry represented was hate speech. But in the end, I was found insufficient evidence, because at the time I was not computer illiterate, and I could not save the information that I needed, because I had to prove that Angelsnupnup7 was Taalik Ibn'rad. So how could I prove my damages? I had to prove that Angelsnupnup7 was Taalik Ibn'rad and all these different things. I did not have the information. So they got me on a technicality. But Google does know, and I told them, I said, okay, y'all won, but you do know if you do that again, we will be here, and I know exactly what I need next time. So I'm not really worried about them messing so much with my channels anymore. In fact, after I sued Google, I heard through the grapevine, in fact, one of the brothers whose channels was also getting torn down like mine, he said, thank you, man, for whatever you've done, because now my channel's not going down like they used to. Because at one time on YouTube, they were taking not only my channels, I mean, they really centered on me, but they were taking our black channels down like they were nothing. So after I sued Google and showed them everybody don't play like that, now everybody's having a chance to put their videos out, and we're able to put black information out there. But somebody had to do it. So if nobody's going to do anything, just sit around and complain and talk, nothing's going to get done. But what I've done, and I'm not bragging about myself, but clearly, whatever I've done, even though I lost that case in the end, apparently it sent a message to Google, because they don't want nobody else and all of us sending, because it makes no difference whether you win or lose. YouTube is a free site, and they kept saying that all the time during my trial. YouTube is free. YouTube is free. Okay, yeah. But see, YouTube is free, but I don't know how many, maybe thousands of dollars they use to defend this case. I was able to file my case for free. Okay? So who was really the loser in this fight? They were the losers, because I didn't spend not one dime on my filing in the case that I filed. But I'm pretty sure I know those lawyers that they hired. Lawyers $500 to $1,000 an hour.
That's right.
So who really lost on a free site? They would have came out cheaper if they had just left me the hell alone. You know what I'm saying? But that's where that fell. So that's the truth of that matter.
All right. Well, they're dropping these questions left and right. Okay, what's the next one? What's with the martial arts influence?
Okay, I like to be different. I like to be different, and Bruce Lee was one of my idols, okay? And for me, I see myself as diverse. I don't see myself as African. I don't see myself as some super black nationalist or whatever. I see myself as a person of the world. And whatever is in the world, you know, I have the right to use that. So until we get to the point where black people, we can develop a better identity for ourselves, then I reserve the right to be able to, you know, express myself in that which influenced me. And Bruce Lee was a great influence on me. And I took up martial arts early in my life when I was like 18, 19 years old, and I had some karate gis and things. I just wanted to be different, so I come on YouTube with the karate gi and the nunchucks, you know, like that. Just want to be different because we should see ourselves as more than black or African. We are human beings. We are people, and any invention, anything that has happened in this world, no matter who invented it, no matter where it came from, all of humanity benefits from it. And so, Bruce Lee, Jeet Kune Do, that's the influence. That's the martial arts influence on me. And you know, I miss Bruce Lee. He was not only just a martial artist, but he was a philosopher. In fact, I'm glad they brought that up. In fact, Bruce Lee, I was reading a book by a brother, and I never heard of an atheist. So I was reading this book by Bruce Lee, and somebody in the book, in an interview, was asking Bruce Lee, "Do you believe in God?" And Bruce Lee said, "No. When God come out here and do these push-ups, do all this running, do all this kind of stuff, you know, that I'm doing to train, I will give God the credit." And that always stuck with me. I was a Muslim at the time, but when I read that, I was like, wow. I've never heard of this atheist thing. And as time went on, I started getting more drawn to it. You know, because I am doing all of us. If we don't do the work, it don't get done. There's no spook, there's no spirit that's going to do anything for us. You know, if we don't do it, it won't get done. Then in Christian teachings, I believe, they say, God help those who help themselves. Well, if I help myself, what I need you for? I'm helping myself. You know, but if you help me, I will give you the credit. No problem. It's all good. Yes, sir.
Okay, you kind of answered this next one, but piece to guess number 5. Why not the African influence?
Influence? Well, first of all, I am not dismissing the African influence. So when you hear me talking, I hope that you hear me very clearly, is that I'm not dismissing, I did not say anything about dismissing the African influence. However, at the same time, for me, the descendants of slaves born in America, we are a brand new people. Our ancestors perhaps came from Africa. Our ancestors perhaps were of Egypt. Our ancestors were perhaps Moors, but we are hundreds of years removed from those influences. We have no elders that taught us anything. Anything that we do is of fabrication, because there is no, even today. Now there are Africans that exist today, but when you see these people talk about Africa this, Africa that, their information is not even coming from an African. Because I ask these people that talk about Africa this and Africa that, who is your African teacher? What did they come from? And where are you getting all this from? Because Africa itself is a continent. A continent that consists of over 50 nations, okay? 700 languages, countless tribes. When you talk about the African influence, that's just like if you come to the United States of America. North Carolina has its own swag. The state of Illinois has its own swag. So when you talk about American or the American this, yeah, but what part of America? You know, because if you go to the East Coast, on the coast, You know, a lot of those people are into seafood. They eat a lot of crab and lobsters because that's what they're used to. But if you go into the Midwest, you know, people eat a lot of beef and pork or whatever. So when you talk about the African influence, what are you talking about? What's specific? However, like I said, I reserve my right to be influenced by African culture. I absorb African culture. I love African culture. I love African people. However, we are much more than that, and we need to find out our own identity because, again, like I say, we are not those things. We are a product of 400 years of service living in the United States of America. We've become a brand new people, a brand new swag. We have our music is different than the Africans. Our music is different from the Chinese. Our music is different as a people just born in America. How we talk. People copy what we do all over the earth. People copy us. So we find our own identity. Even if we want to be religious, our own religion. We don't need Islam. We don't need Christianity. We don't need all these things that these other people got. Whatever we want can come up out of us as a people when we stop being slaves and stop believing that other people are better than us. It's wonderful that we associated with Africa because that's what we know of as our ancestral home. Whilst at the same time, we are not those things anymore. And it's good to be influenced by Africa, but we should learn how to be ourselves, determined. We are determined who we are and what we've done today living in this hellhole called America. We have gone through this cauldron for 400 years, and we are much different. We are not those people anymore. And that's our problem. We are confused in our identity. And we cannot, and really, you can fabricate and try to make yourself an African, but you are no longer those things no more. We look very silly going to Africa, and then we get among the people, and they look at us, and they are the real Africans, and they looking at us, they fake. And then we try to be Muslim, and they call us fake too. But see, we don't have to go through that because everything we need is within us as a people. But we need to just get up out of these false delusions of an identity and just begin to live and learn who we are. And I can guarantee you, instead of you trying to copy them, and they're already copying us right now. They'll copy and follow you. In fact, I'm telling you right now, because of our sojourn in America and who we are, if we straighten up our act, get ourselves together, I can guarantee you, the whole world, this slave, what these people that they call me, they laugh at. All these people that laugh at us, whatever, they'll be put at our feet and they'll be following us, waiting for our next move. Okay?
Okay, what's the next one? Oh, boy, they got... Peace to everyone in the chat room. What's this, brother? Adewale 22, guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What's this? Okay, he wants to know, are you an atheist? Are you not? NOI or FOI?
Okay. Earlier explained that I'm not an atheist because in order to be an atheist, in fact, in America, I want you to know, in America, atheist now is considered a religion. Okay? So I thought the purpose of atheism is to deny the belief in some God or belief system, but now it is called legally in America, it is called a religion. However, I am not an atheist because I have no comment on God because I just don't acknowledge. An atheist, in order to believe, he must acknowledge God. So I don't acknowledge God. I will say what I represent is just simple realism, the reality of your life. That's what I represent. That which you can deal with, your common sense, logic, and being rational. that which your brain can comprehend. If your brain cannot comprehend, or a machine that your brain brings into existence cannot comprehend it, I don't believe in that. I'm not into belief. I'm into the promotion of what you know. No, I am not Nation of Islam. However, I am greatly influenced by Nation of Islam. In fact, I could really say that I am I am the evolution, the transformation of what you knew of as the Nation of Islam. A brand new thinking, the Nation of Islam on a higher level. So when you listen to me, when I talk to you, you can hear the Nation of Islam. You can hear the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. But what you knew of as the Nation of Islam, that's not what I am. This is a transformation, an evolution. This is not rituals. This is not prayer. This is the application. This is the consequence. This is the result of prayer, or the actual application of what you was taught in the Nation of Islam. And certainly, I am not FOI. However, in my organization, what we're trying to do right now, there is no FOI. However, we're trying to form what I call the Black Kamikaze Corps. And the Black Kamikaze Corps, again, it's a Japanese influence, because what we're trying to do, although we are black, although our origins is within the African culture, the dynamic of Africa, but also at the same time, we want to show that we are worldly, that we are diverse. We are of this planet, all of its diversity. So I'm not going to get stuck in one specific place. So no, I'm not FOI, because really FOI don't exist no more. What you see called the FOI, they are not FOI. The Nation of Islam was destroyed in 1975. It was destroyed. It's dead. And even according to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, anything that dies does not come back to life, only in fiction. However, you can have a rebirth through the womb. A woman can give birth to a stillborn baby, but out of that womb, right behind that stillborn baby, can come behind a baby that is alive and well. So what you have here after the death of the Nation of Islam is out of the womb from which the Nation of Islam was in, out of the same womb comes a brand new baby, a brand new person. That's why in this life, everybody is different that comes out of that womb. Even if you have a twin that looks the same, everybody's still different. I would say that I am Nation of Islam, but I'm not Nation of Islam. I am different. I'm a different child. We all came from the same womb, because we need something new. What you know of as the Nation of Islam has been desecrated, is destroyed, it's been made mockery of, it has become a joke, and all that, the men that created the Nation of Islam, Master Farad Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, they deserve much, much better representation and much, much better honor than what has happened to the Nation of Islam. But it also goes to show the great wisdom of Master Farad Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad, who I call the founding fathers of what I represent. It shows how diverse, how ever-changing that their wisdom is, how powerful it really is, that it can come from a place where we are called spiritual, where we are called religious believers, and then it can transform itself into a place where religion and spirituality don't even exist. That goes to show you the power and the wisdom of these men, the founding fathers of what I represent, Master Farad Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad.
Okay. Boy, they got these questions rolling, boy. What's this? You had a honky back in the day? Was you an entertainer?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't,
Yeah, I always wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to be the next Michael Jackson.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And if you go... Brother, you was doing the moonwalk?
Excuse me?
I said you was doing the moonwalk?
You know something? I really couldn't get that moonwalk down pat. You know, I was able to pull it off and fake it off a little bit. I never could get it down pat, but all other Michael Jackson moves, you know, I was right on the money. But for some reason, I needed to find me somebody who could really teach me that moonwalk. But everything else about Michael Jackson, I could do, and I was a songwriter myself. Well, I'm still a songwriter. You know, I still have those different things, but I've just decided that this cause of black liberation, a need for a change in our people, is much, much greater than my own personal desire to be an entertainer, because we have lots of entertainers, tons of them, but we need more people to effectively and sincerely want to change the condition of these who are the descendants of slaves born in America. We need people who are serious. I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to get fame. None of those different things. I want you. I want me. I want the guests. I want us to. We've suffered long enough. We've suffered long enough. I don't need to drive a big fancy car. I don't need to be in no beautiful building cost $1 million or whatever. I don't need those different things. I want a change in our people because we suffered long enough, and 400 years, in fact going on 500 years, that's enough. That's enough punishment for people who don't deserve it. We don't deserve this no more. So as time goes on, when I'm able to get a building where I can, teach a lot, and people begin to ask me to come and speak in person, because my lectures will definitely be a little different in person than sitting in a chair on video. Mm-hmm. You know, I will express more of those talents. You know, I used to be a comedian also, copy Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, and matter of fact, when I was doing comedy, Cedric the Entertainer was just getting started. I opened up for that Caucasian guy, Jeff Foxworthy, when he was a nobody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I opened up for him when he was a nobody. So, but it was just something about, I just have this love for my people, and it's not like I'm a brave person. I'm not a brave person at all. But I don't see somebody doing what is necessary, so I have to take it upon myself. You know, why talk about? I can't complain about them. If I think that I can do better, try it. So I'm out here trying, and there are people, slowly but surely, that's finding my voice. They said, man, I want to help you do this. And so we're going to get the job done. We're going to show everybody else and all these other people that's out here faking the funk, and I'm not going to call any names right now. Right now, I'm not going to call no names, because I'm still have that compassionate mood, whereas I want to try for us to unify. But, you know, fake people don't want to unify. They have a different agenda. When you have people that don't want to unify with their brothers and sisters, they are the enemies of the state. They are your enemies. If you go to your brothers and sisters and all these organizations, they do not want to unite, they are fake. They do not have your best interest in heart, because that's the only thing that can change the condition of our people is our unity. And, you know, you don't have to like me. Do you think that the forefathers of this nation, do you think George Washington, Patrick Henry, and Benjamin Franklin, and all those guys, do you think they all love each other, whatever? It ain't about love. It's about we in this position. We got the British, the English, kicking us, you know, they exploiting us, kicking us in the backside, whatever. We sick and tired of it. So it don't make no difference about all the disagreements, whatever. We got a common enemy. Come together. Let's get this sucker off our back. Brothers and sisters, we have a common enemy. Let us come together and get this sucker off our back. However, there are those who are not interested because they talk all that big stuff. You give these people your money, and you buy these DVDs and go to these lectures, and in the morning your condition is still the same. In fact, it got worse. This is not entertainment. This is not entertainment. This has to be serious business. How many DVDs can you listen to? How many lectures can you listen to? You know, in fact, I was going to tell you, brother, I started to decline your invitation to this broadcast, because how many blog talks can we have? If the blog talk, if the DVDs, all these different things, if they are not encouraging and inspiring the people, and I just made a video about this recently, when in Iran during the 70s, and the Ayatollah Khomeini was exiled from Iran, and the United States put that crazy Shah in power in Iran, the Ayatollah Khomeini sent letters and he sent cassette tapes to the people of Iran, and those cassettes and those tapes, papers, they inspired the people to revolt and rebel against the Shah. Now look at this. The Shah had tanks. The Shah had bombs from planes. The Shah had the latest technology. But the people decided we're sick of it, and they was inspired by those tapes and those letters. They picked up rocks and slingshots and whatever they could get their hands on, and those people kicked that Shah out of power. It's simple as that. These DVDs, tens and thousands of people going to these meetings, and we're still in the same condition, while the people in Iran gained their freedom from an oppressor. And we still here listening to DVDs and going to these debates, and our condition remains the same. Still crying after 100 years after Garvey, black power, we need a change. Who you think gonna change it? A spook gonna come out the sky? Many people in Iran died in that revolution. Somebody got to die. You got to suffer. You got to earn freedom. Freedom is not free. You can even ask the American Caucasian racist people. Freedom is not free. Many people died for the freedom of this nation. Until you decide, I'm ready to die. Until you decide, I'm ready to sacrifice. You will remain a slave, and most of you have become comfortable slaves. Me, myself, I'm not a comfortable slave. I fight to the end. Sick of it. Sick of this oppression. Sick of this condition. And sick of the people who keep lying to the masses that they stand for you, and the only thing they're doing is going to the bank. And in just a little bit, when we get strong and they put me in the position, I'm going after all these suckers. So I'm giving a warning to all of you who are not doing our people right, and you don't have, your intent is wrong and deceitful against these who are descendants of slaves born in America. I'm coming after you. So you got time now to straighten up your act, because this is not going to continue. That's the bottom line. Thank you, brother, for giving me this opportunity to put that out there.
That's okay, man. Anytime, man. Anytime. I actually got a question. We're just going to switch up. Peace, everybody in the chat room.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I wanted to ask about 2 of your videos.
Okay.
The pro-black Uncle Tom coming out the closet.
Mm-hmm.
And who are the blacks that white people love?
Okay. Okay, now which one was first?
The pro-black Uncle Tom's coming out of the closet.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's deal with that. The pro-black Uncle Tom. And actually, I just finished talking about that. You have black people who are hollering black power and African spirituality and all like this. But when you look at their actions, you don't see black power. You see them groveling at the footsteps of the oppressor. They are no different than a coon and a Hambo and a Shine. They teach, and their example to our people is in a manner where they keep us in this docile mindset. Don't you know that there are thousands, now listen now, there are thousands of people in this country who claim black conscience, black power, African spirituality. Now, how can you have thousands of people on this level, but yet still our condition don't change? Why is that? Something is wrong. Something is wrong for having all these people. That's because they have become just like the Uncle Tom. They go to these debates. They go to listen to these DVDs. They go to these lectures. Then they go home, get some beer, get some reefer, and they watch the football game. That is not a real liberator. It's not true. These are deceivers, and that's why you like some of these so-called leaders, because you do the same thing. You feel a little guilty because you know you're not doing what is really necessary in order to change our condition. So you go listen to a video lecture, you listen to a video, and then feel like you have done something for the cause. You become comfortable in your slavery. Because when you go home, you get 3 meals a day, you go to work, and you work your job, and everything is comfortable. See, Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Nat Turner, things was not comfortable for them. They were living in a day and time while you watching your basketball game, your enemy in your door at any time, take you out, let you in front of your children and your wife outright, and nothing will be done. That's the kind of time things have been. You don't worry about that. When you go home, you might might do something to you, but as far as racism is concerned, this devil, because he really don't attack you like that no more. He gets you, he continues to discriminate against us in the job market, housing market. He locks us up unjustly in mental institutions and jails and prisons, and he pours out food. He don't go through all that no more. He hires people like Tommy Sotomayor. He don't have to call us nigga. Tommy Sotomayor would call you nigga for free. Well, not for free. I mean, he gets paid, but he'll get a black face to do what he used to do outright. And then one thing he can do, Tommy is right. That Tommy is right. So Tommy has a black face, so that's supposed to put validation of the hatred that comes out of that man's mouth, that if Tommy was Caucasian, y'all would call him a Klans person or a racist. But since it's a black face saying these things, you can accept it because it's black. More trickology. So you have pro-black Uncle Tom who send you out. You give them your hard-earned money. Feel good because you know they're not doing it. And you do it because you know you're not doing nothing. We're not going to stay on the internet 24 hours a day. We're not going to change like that. Somebody must be able to sacrifice, live, die, suffer for this cause. Who's going to do it? Until you decide to get real. And some of you have, because you decided, I'm going to be just talking pro-black. Black down. And a lot of you know I know who you are. That's why a lot of them don't bother me. You for being the person that you really are. And like I said, I'm just some time to straighten the act up and put it up. And for those, by the time I get there, because you have me to be a descendant of slaves in America, I'm going to have to come and expose you and show people how fake and off-the-time pro-black that you really are. They are after their own end. Off of you, off because you really want to be free. People really want to be free. People really want to change. But they're giving that money to magicians. They're giving that money to magicians. They're giving them money to fake folks, clowns. People that give you the illusion and make you feel good. You should.
Hold on, brother. You breaking up. Can you hear me? You're breaking up.
Into the right action, be free like Elijah in his teaching. You will be overnight like nothing else. How you comfortable.
Okay, you got disconnected. Peace everybody in the chat room. Guest 5, I got your questions. I'm writing them down. Just give us a second. We're going to wait for the brother to call back in. Let me throw a track on real quick. Let me see something. Wait for him to call back in. Yeah, let me just throw something on real quick.
know, you're going to learn today. I just hung up the phone with Tony Robinson L., who is my Hood X colleague. This dude is
HoodX.com.
He deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. But because I don't have the authority to give him one, I'm going to shoot him a video. And I want to send this man a huge shout out, because what he just did is one of the most epic, important moves that have happened in Hood X history. I've been networking with so-called artists, so-called promoters, so-called producers, half-ass DJs, half-ass marketers, half-ass dancers. I've marketed and networked with hundreds, thousands of people. But none of them were able to do what Tony Robinson L. did for me today. I just hung up the phone with him, and he basically explained to me that from this day forth, everything changes. I cannot explain to you how excited I am about this. We just landed a deal with Time Warner Cable Television,
HoodX.com,
out of New York. And we're also expanding to Brooklyn, using the Brooklyn Cable Television Network. We about to be on TV in New York every day, basically, to make a long story short.
HoodX.
We've been working so hard for these past couple of months.
HoodX.
We got enough content for months before we even get up to date with the stuff we putting out now. I've been waiting for this moment for years. He also landed what's even more crazier, which is more epic, which is more sensational, which is genius. We are also expanding to Nevada.
HoodX.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Las Vegas. But I do know we're expanding to Nevada. And we also got Seattle, Washington on deck.
HoodX.
So we already got Chicago on lock.
The motherfucking takeover.
We already got Fort Wayne, Indiana. All right, we already got Providence, Rhode Island. I mean, I've had my show played in New York once or twice, but I've never been able to get a slot where they're going to be playing us every day. All right? The network is real. I'm just so, you got to forgive me, man. I'm just a little in shock because this is really happening, man. This is like monumental. We about to be on TV every day promoting Hood X, promoting our concepts, promoting the avatars, promoting Smith, promoting, man, this is just, my dogs are excited too, apparently. This is just insane. Shout out to Tony Robinson L. Now you gotta understand, Tony, I never actually even met Tony face to face. We've only talked through a computer. Tony in New York, I'm in Chicago. But we networked so hard, like he stayed right next door.
The takeover.
You know, I'm able to broadcast his shows here in Chicago on television. He's able to broadcast my shows in New York. So naturally, we're forming a synthesis where we can just get this all down to one show where we'll be able to one hand watch the other.
Okay, we back on. I was just waiting for the brother to call in. That's the Hood X promo family. You can check us out, hoodx.com. Hoodx.com. It's the takeover. Let me bring the brother back in. Peace, can you hear me? Missouri?
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
sorry about that. You was breaking up.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. We were talking about the pro-black Uncle Tom's coming out of the closet.
Yeah.
I actually wanted, I guess we could switch it back up to who are the black people whites love?
Okay. Well, that video, it just expressed some of the characteristics of the type of the type of black people, rather, that Caucasian people seem to view as a non-threat. Hold on, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Peace. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Yeah, talk show is weird like that when you guys call in from out of state. Sorry about that. Yeah, we'll hold on again for the brother to call back in. Sorry about that. Peace, everybody in the chat room. Guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Thanks for joining us. Brother Adewale, he left earlier, but it's okay. We're just going to wait for the brother to call back in. Sometimes it be like that. Sorry about that. But for those who don't know, tonight's guest is Brother Taalik Ibn'rad, a.k.a. Angelsnupnup7 of the Reality's Temple on Earth. As soon as he calls back in, we'll take it back. I don't want to throw another track on. But peace, everybody. If you have any questions, guess 5. I still got the 2 questions you asked. Guess 6, 9. If you got anything, 10, 11. Just type them on in. I'll read them off to the brother. When he comes back in, we try to get the ball back rolling. Sometimes it be like that. You know how it is. Okay, here we go. I see you, brother. Okay, let's try this again. I think now the switchboard is bugging. Okay, can you hear me now? Missouri?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, talk show is weird like that. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, I thought it was my phone. I kept changing the telephone. I thought my phone had dropped.
That's okay. It's like that sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I'm in New York, so it's kind of weird when people call from out of state.
All right.
I don't even remember what you were saying before you got cut off. This guess number 5. What's that? Something about your hand gestures. Is that an art or natural?
Yeah.
I guess when you're doing your videos.
Yeah. Well, if I was standing up, it would probably be a little bit different. But I don't know. It's just something about when people talk. Even if you notice President Obama, any public speaker, you do something with your hands. When you speak, you use the hands to express what you're talking about. And it's something that I can't even help. Sometimes I just try to keep myself from moving my hands. But it's just like the person said, it's just natural. It's just an art when you're talking. People just use their hands to make these motions the hands is using the hands to help explain whatever you're talking about. So it's something that I can't really help. It's just something that I guess you could say that is natural. But it would probably be much different if I was able to stand up in front of a rostrum, a podium, more so. My hands just are more when I'm sitting down rather than when I'm standing up.
Okay. What's the other question you got? Have you ever watched the 7-hour Sotomayor show? I think this guy is a Sotomayor fan.
No, I haven't. I did listen to one of Tommy Sotomayor's shows. It was like 3 hours long or something like that.
Okay.
And that was the longest. And I was trying to wait, to speak with him, But that's the longest I ever listened to. And even when I did listen to his show, one of the females he was talking to, he can be pretty rude when he faces or interacts with somebody who disagrees with whatever he's talking about. He's a pretty rude type person. He is.
Yeah, I watched a couple of his videos.
Now, as long as you agree with him, he's all right. But if you disagree with him, then in the short time span that you are speaking with him, he's analyzing everything that you say so he can make mockery of you. That's what he does. I see. That's how he does. So, for me, I mean, he's a very intelligent person. I don't underestimate him. He's a very intelligent man. Don't get me wrong. But when you have talent, when you are in the public limelight and whatever, there's a responsibility that comes along with that. And some of us, we are abusing our talents. We are abusing our responsibility that we've been given.
Okay. Any other questions? Guess number 5. Okay. Yeah, when originally we spoke about the show, you had mentioned you're about to start your temple.
Mm-hmm.
Can we speak on that? Is that right?
What was that? No, I didn't hear you.
No, sorry about that. I'm trying to eat dinner while I'm doing this. We had a brief conversation about the temple that you're setting up.
Oh, yeah.
Is that, yeah.
Yes. I have brought together a nice group of people, and we are coming together to try to, well, not try to, we're going to try, I keep saying try, we're not trying, we are. We're coming together to create a format of policy, procedures, and a foundation for this ministry, because actually for YouTube, as far as the public, as far as the media is concerned, it's called a ministry, but a nation, and that's what we're striving for. We're striving for a community. We're striving for our own nation. In fact, we're striving to change civilization. So the civilization or the nation that we build or create cannot be called the Reality's Temple. However, the ministry, as far as the ministry is concerned, as an outlet for the media purposes, it's the Reality's Temple. But we are about nation building, just like some of these other people talk about nation building. But we're not trying to base nation building on African-centered and some of these other things. We are trying, not trying, I keep saying trying. We want to find our own identity by studying and researching and understanding our own experience in this nation and what has caused us to be who and what we are. This is not to negate our origins, and that's what people seem to be confused about. I am not ignoring Africa. I'm not ignoring anything that is in relation. I'm not ignoring Kemet. I'm not ignoring all those things. Matter of fact, we can find a place for them in this building block, in this building process. But we can't say that we are all those things, and we're manufacturing these identities from an ancient people or from people that we have no real connection to. So we can bring some essence of Kemet. We can bring some essence from some African tribe that we know of, from the Yoruba tribe or whatever. But we want to make it our own and bring it in and understand those things in itself is not what we are. We are a brand new people. We need to find our own identity and express ourselves. And then we come up with our own government, how our own laws, our own policies and procedures, how we set up our own community. Like I said before, you cannot be a man. You cannot be a man and express manhood unless you have society and culture and community. So we determine what it is to be a man. So when a young boy says, so when you ask a young boy, what do it mean to be a man, he can tell you, because the society, the culture, the community that you build, we dictate, and this is a description of what manhood would be as far as our culture and this community that we built. And that goes the same for womanhood. So that's what we're doing, coming together. And in fact, I have even recruited older people from the struggle that participated in the Black Panther Party. They were part of the Nation of Islam. They was part of almost everything, and trying to get the knowledge of our elders that in fact really did do a lot of things, but we learn from our mistakes so that we don't end up falling like they done. They walked so that we can live. So, we should appreciate our elders, and we should hold on to our elders. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of wisdom. So that's where I'm at now. I keep saying trying. No, we're going to make the Realities Temple. Right now it's a YouTube internet ministry, or it's a particular mindset. We want to make that a reality. So like I say, we can grow, and I will be in competition with some of these Uncle Tom pro-black people, and you will see, so you can see the difference between the fake and the real. J.T. Riley 1 on YouTube, he always has this saying. He said there's only two people on the planet that's either fake or real. Which one are you going to be? I want to be the real. And if I'm the real, I'm going to put myself up against the fake, and I'm going to let you decide what you want to do. If you want to continue to be a slave, then you go with them. But if you want to be real and you really want to change this condition and you want to become part of the founding fathers and the founding mothers of a new civilization, not of a new nation, a new community, a new time. I'm talking about being a forefather in the creation of a new civilization, then you need to jump on board and help us in this work. And when we accomplish this, don't you know, we will become the greatest generation ever, because once we accomplish and become successful in this endeavor, it will destroy racism as you know it. It will destroy sexism, gender bias, classism, all these isms that plague the human family, all those different things. And upon the elimination of all those different things, what you think you're really going to get? You're going to get what religion calls heaven on earth, thus the Realities Temple on the earth, because the only place that we know of is on the earth. But once you treat the earth, once you treat this mother back, and we bring ourselves back into the natural scheme of things, this planet will allow us to get up off its breast like you are when you're a child. You'll be able to get up off your breast. And as a child, you go off into the unknown once you get the strength. This planet will feed you. So all that, when you look in the sky, that's all for you to explore and conquer once you are in your right connect, and once you are in your right state of mind, and become, instead of fighting nature, become part of nature. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that a question? Guess number 5. Is this, oh man, I can't see everybody's names, so sometimes I wonder who these people are. Is this Mr. Sotomayor? I'm just curious. He keeps referring to him like. I've been doing this show for like 3 months now. We are well over 20,000 downloads. I don't know who's listening to it. I appreciate it though. But I wonder sometimes. What? Hell no. Okay, just checking. Okay. Sorry to cut you, brother. My bad. I was just responding to what I'm saying in the chat room.
While you're doing that, I can go ahead and talk about, because we was going to talk about earlier, because you said we was talking about the 60 channels that was terminated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was I think 2011, and that's when it started happening. I got into it with some racist Caucasian people, and they made a threat against me, said, we're going to take down all your channels. And I said, okay, well, what can I do? If you're going to take them down, you're going to take them down. And don't you know that's exactly what they started doing. Anything that was related to me, anybody they thought was one of my friends and subscribers, they was attacking the channels and taking them down. And they was taking them down so tough because I started making new ones. And I will tell you, Google has something to do with that, because I had channels that I had created that did not have no videos on them. They were on private, but they got terminated talking about hate speech. So that goes to show you right there that that was not done by ordinary people that's flagging your videos. And so it got to the point, as soon as I made channels and put them back on YouTube, they were taking them down like 5 a day.
Wow.
But all that stuff, like I said, but I kept putting them back up. I guess I started wearing them out. Then I started using Facebook, Daily Motion, and I went to Vimeo. But I kept my channels up because I was determined not to let them silence my voice on YouTube like that. If I decide to stop putting videos up on YouTube, it's because I want to do that, not because some suckers who don't like what I'm saying, you know, take me down, even Google, you know. So I hung, and when it's all said and done, I'm still, you know, I'm not as strong as I was because of the interruption, the disruption that they done, but I'm still here and still trucking.
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed that they do that. I was on King Noble's show. I think about 2 months ago, something like that, and man, he had probably like 100 people in his chat room, mostly Caucasian.
Wow.
Causing havoc. Excuse me. Causing havoc in his chat room and calling in, talking trash and stuff. It was crazy. Like, wow. They got a lot of free time, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting.
I would like to say, you know, to the listening audience, that I would hope that they would, because on YouTube I have no real main channel, because if these suckers knew what my real main channel was, they would probably try to continue this flagging bull crap. So I don't really have a channel, but you can find out about what I'm talking about. Just put Angelsnupnup7 in the search engine and you'll find me somewhere. I'm not going nowhere. I have lots of channels and I'm still doing my thing. But I'm also on Facebook, and so far Facebook hasn't done anything to me. And you just put the Realist Temple on Earth or Angelsnupnup7 in the search engine, and I have many channels on Facebook also, and you will find me. I want you to, I hope that you would be non-biased. I hope that you would not be prejudiced with what I'm saying, but try to understand what I'm saying. And no matter how you might feel personally, I would hope if you listening to my words and you listening and you looking at the condition that our people are in, I would hope that you would view myself as a sincere person, really trying to and wanting to make a change in our people, because you got all that stuff going on in Chicago. Don't you know, if I had the followers, I had the financial backing and things of some of these people, I'm not scared of the gangs in Chicago. I'm not scared of those of my people in Detroit, in any of these places. My people, we will go in those cities and we will talk to our people. What is missing is that our people lack somebody that loves them. When our people know that somebody is out here that really loves and cares for them, you will see a change. Because the only thing our people know of right now, somebody always beating us up. The niggas this, the hair hats, the ratchets, the thugs. We already know these things. Somebody is always beating us up. But how many people is showing us love? And when we show our people love, they will respond with love. Now, they don't trust you because somebody is always trying to steal and lie and cheat and try to get something. But once you show them, I'm serious. You know, we need donations in order to do this work. You know, we need help to do this work. But that's not what it's about. It's not about getting your money. It's about changing our condition for the better. Because all these charlatans out here, all these fake people out here, they just don't understand. They want a little gold and silver right now. They don't understand the real blessing that you could get if you help your own people that you claim that you love get up off of their feet and change this condition, help us get up out of this condition. And some of them, they are too ashamed to say, I really don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know. Why don't you just say, I don't know? If you don't know, then why don't you help some people that do know? And you should know, because for the last 100 years, we've had some of the greatest leaders and teachers on this planet. Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, and so many of them. If we took all this knowledge, everything that they give us, and package it right, we will be free. We will be liberated overnight. They don't understand that. But you should understand this. I'm a very sincere person. I've been thinking like this and trying to help my people, help us, rather, ever since I was a little boy, 8 or 9 years old. I've denied myself because somebody was telling me about celebrity. If I want celebrity, I can still do Michael Jackson. You know, I can still do stand-up comedy. I'm still very good at that. Matter of fact, one of these days I might make a video and just do a stand-up routine or something like that. But that's not what I'm about right now, because that's not important. That's not important at all. So just give us a chance. Give me a listen. Listen to the video and understand, if not anything else, that I am a very sincere person in this work. I want a change for our people.
What's that? Verse number 5. Okay. What's that? He wants you to tell a joke.
Don't want me to tell a joke. You know, when you're doing this thing called Black liberation, the condition of our people, you know, it's not a joke. So it's hard for me to, you know, be in the state of mind I'm in now and you know, try to tell a joke. Which I wasn't a person that really told jokes. Like stand up routine and acting things out. I didn't really tell jokes, so I really didn't do that anyway. I did a lot of impersonations, you know, like Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley and things like that. You know, that's what I did. I really wasn't a joke teller.
Mm.
And then if I did do a little impersonation, I don't know how it would sound over this radio. It might not turn out too good. So, but like I said, I'm going to make videos. I'm going to do a little something and put it out there for the people. It's not all about. I'm not a hard person. Some people think I'm really hard and angry. No, you should be angry about this condition that we're in. I'm angry about that. But when I get off in front of the camera, when I get home or whatever, I chill out like anybody else do. But I don't want to chill out. I don't want to chill out and get comfortable in this condition. No, that's not going to happen. You know, you should want to be angry all the time. Because I don't like this condition. I hate it. You know, I don't want to chill. Because when you chilling, that's what they do to the corpse in the morgue. Meaning you dead in your head. You're mentally dead. You don't want to be that. Continue to work your brain. Continue to get angry. So you want to fight and change this condition. But a lot of us don't want to do that because we keep losing the fight because we joining the wrong people. A lot of these people are pro-black, Uncle Tom Coon. They're not interested in your welfare. They're interested in filling their pockets.
Comment. No, he's not going to tell no jokes.
What's that?
No, I'm looking at the comments in the chat room. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
That's funny. Oh, man. How much time do you have to spend with us? We just hit about an hour 44. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know it's a Friday night. I don't want to keep you on here too late.
I'm grown. I don't need to go to bed.
Well, yeah, it's still a Friday, you know.
Yeah, you know. You think I got a curfew?
Nah, well, you know.
Oh, what I would like to say also, I would like to also introduce on your program, for those who are listening.
Jigga,
I have a sister, AdMinister, who's going to be like my counterpart, except she's female. She goes by the name Aliyah Muhammad. I'm going to be presenting her, pretty soon and putting her on my channel because she's going to be presenting a more spiritual, more religious, spiritual side of what we're talking about, and she will be speaking more so to women more so than me. And I just want to let the audience know that there are many persons that are attracted to my message, and they want a change. And this sister here, she's dynamic. Many of you probably already heard of her. She has videos on YouTube and whatever. Aliyah Muhammad or Rebecca Muhammad. She has several names here. She can change the name a little bit, but she's a dynamic speaker. In fact, so many brothers that I approach, they act like they so scary of me. I don't know why. I mean, do I say or anything? I just ask these brothers for conversation, and I don't receive a response at all. We just talking. I'm not trying to bite you or anything. We just want to converse, have a civil conversation. And see, I don't make mockery of nobody. I don't care if you don't comb your hair. I don't care if you stink. I don't care if you don't have no job. It's about the issue, and we just stay on topic. I don't care about Tommy Sotomayor and his domestic abuse charges or what has happened to him in his personal life. We want to talk about your opinion. That's what we want to talk about. Stay on point. But many of these brothers, they don't want to stay on point. They get angry and mad and upset, and I'm like, they act just like the women that they talk about. They gossip. And that's another thing too. Brothers, stop this gossiping and whining and crying. I've never, all my life, I've never seen so many black men. Especially if you disagree with what they're talking about, they cry and they whine. They call you a simp, and they call you all these old baby-fied names. And then what's those words they like to use, simp and mangina. That's some stuff that they got from racist Caucasian male. You so pitiful, you can't even make your own name. You got to copy the races. Be original a little bit. Don't you have a brain? Simp and all this kind of good stuff. So let us stop being men for a change. Well, again, if you don't have a community, if you don't have society, if you don't have a nation of your own, then your manhood is based upon what your oppressor dictates. And your oppressor is a woman hater. So you have all these black men, they have chosen to hate women, and that's by design, because you copying, and the only father that these black men really have is Caucasian racist pink male. And he's a homosexual, and he's a woman hater. And that's what you see in many of these black men. And many of these black men that are attracted to Tommy Sotomayor, that's exactly what they are. They woman haters, and they talk just like these racists do. Same thing. They copying their father. So if you want to be like that racist Caucasian man, then if that man is our enemy, then you have become the enemy to the black community. And there will be no mercy on you just because you have a black face. You are trying to harm the black community, black women, and disrupt our community, our peace. Then we have to deal with you. It's simple as that. And in the future, let me say this: in the future, when we get strong, all these guys that's talking all this noise, there will be a price to pay. You're not going to be talking all this crap about people, hurting our people's feelings, and spreading your Negro coon hate. There's a price to pay for it. It's simple as that. So I'm putting you on alert right now. It's not going to be tolerated. That madness is getting ready to go over. You want to talk about black people? Don't live among us. You don't like black people? You don't like black women? Just leave them alone. You don't like black folks? Get the hell away from us. Go to your your pink devil women and men and whoever you want to play with, you go with them then. Just leave us alone. Keep us out of your mouth. Simple as that. Yes, sir.
I'm still here. I'm just looking at what's going on in the chat room.
Okay, yeah. So just why? And that's the thing. That's what I don't understand. You don't like black women, so if you don't like black women, go to the women that you like and shut the hell up. And if you don't like women, find you a good man, get you a good tub of grease, and y'all have a happy day. Now is that a joke?
It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, I see somebody in the chat about Tommy. I'm not interested in Tommy Sotomayor. I'm not interested. I have addressed him. He knows about me. I made videos. I try to call him. He knows about me. I'm not interested in Tommy Sotomayor. Interested.
Yeah, you see it, right?
However, if he continues to attack that community, then yes, I will counter everything that he said. Tommy Sotomayor knows about me. There are people who get less views than I, who people really don't even know. And he addressed those people. So why don't he address me? I have probably 20 videos, maybe 30 videos with Tommy Sotomayor's name in it. I know he knows who I am. He remains silent. I'm not worried about it. So I'm not interested. I'm not going to be caught. I'm not going to be chasing him. That's not what I'm about.
Sorry, I'm just looking at this.
Okay, so.
Looking at this. I don't know what is this.
Yeah, but again, like, I want to say this too. A lot of black men believe I am anti-black man. I don't know if they addressed that to you or not, or you heard that, and they said, "Oh, he defends all these ratchet women, and he don't like black men, and things of that nature." No, that's not true. But what I do, I expect more from what I see out of black men. I don't like a black man who's a gossiper and look weak and pitiful and pathetic and whining and crying. I don't like that. I expect more. If you call yourself a man, I expect more than that from you. But when I see these guys on the internet and they crying and whining, talking about weave, what man wants to? Who cares about? I don't care about what these women wear weave, because see, once you teach that woman, once you show her some love and you teach her and get her to understand and understand black love, once you are able to change her mind, she'll start taking the weave out and all that anyway. You don't have to worry about it no more. And then you have to look at yourself. How can you judge? What the scriptures say? The scriptures say, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." You have all these people out here who are judging people, but then when it's their turn to be judged, they can't handle it. What's up with that? What's up with that? Whatever I say, yeah. Whatever I say.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about another one of your videos. Which one is that? The need for an obsession with white black supremacy teachings.
What is that now?
It's another one of your videos. The need for black white supremacy teachings.
Oh, the need for a new black and white supremacy teaching. Oh, the need. Oh, yeah. I was basically talking about we don't need that. Video that I'm thinking about. We don't need a black or a white supremacy teaching. You know, both of them are the same. In fact, if it was not for Caucasian or pink supremacy, there would be no black supremacy, because there's nowhere in history where any people, African or whatever, running around talking about black power and black supremacy. Black supremacy is a consequence and a result of the oppression of living under Caucasian supremacy. That's what that is. So if you're looking at the result or the consequence of living under Caucasian supremacy and the supremacy of a racial color, you're going to get the same consequence and result. Just because you're calling it black, you're going to still end up with the same result. So it makes no difference. Your problem is that the only thing you want to do is change slave masters. Instead of the slave master being Caucasian or pink, now you just want the slave master to be black. And if you go to some of them African countries, the Africa that you love so much that you claim, you go over there and them Africans will show you what another African would do to you. Because some of our people in Africa is suffering under people with a black face, just as African as they are, killing them by the hundreds, exploiting them by the hundreds. I don't want to be exploited. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be murdered or killed by anybody, regardless to their color. There has to be a change in the mentality.
Yeah, we got two callers.
Somebody said that I'm full of crap. I like that.
Yeah, you see it, right? Connecticut, your mic is hot if you got a question for the brother. Carver, your mic is hot too if you got a question for the brother. Can you hear us?
Yes, I hear you, brother.
All right, what's going on?
In regards to, because we know that, you know, every people going to have a civil unrest where you're going to have a certain people who are not going to be in line with the majority of people, in this case, Africans. Would we judge the betrayal of Africans by so-called other Africans as we would judge the Jews who were led to the gas chambers by the Jewish URR, who were Jews who were on side with the Germans, who had no problem with sending their other Jewish brothers to the gas chambers? Would we use that same context?
You know something? Yeah. Yes.
No, we would not, brother. No, we would not. We would look at the bigger plight of the Jews. We would look at the 6 million Jews who were allegedly burned, who were betrayed by a few 600. And we would assess that correctly.
Hold up. I don't. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, you wouldn't judge the plight of the Jews based on a few Jews who are part of the Judera, who are part of a police who had no problem with sending other Jews to the gas chambers and who were working with the Germans. We wouldn't use them to critique the plight of the Jews, would we? Just like we wouldn't use the plight of a few African traders to define the plight of the whole African people.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. Okay, I agree with you.
That's all I was saying.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree with you. I couldn't understand exactly what you're saying. Right, yeah, that's right.
Connecticut, you got one?
I don't know if Born got a question, but that was it. Everything else, you flew like water, baby. Uh-oh.
Feedback. Get away from the speaker. Okay, you good. Yeah, 203. I don't know the area code for Cali, but your mic is on, man. Stand back from the speaker. Okay, what's this? Daily show?
Peace. I didn't have a question. I was just listening. I agree with, you know, what Brother Micah was saying, and, you know, I'm just listening in right now, tuning in, hoping to get a couple good tidbits, and then I'll add one.
All right, well, for those who don't know, tonight's guest is Brother Angelsnupnup7 of the Realist Temple on Earth. Let me put this link in the chat room so you guys can get a chance to look at the YouTube channel. All right. There was another video. Oh man, what was the name of that? Oh man. Oh yeah. The defending black people from racists and their Uncle Toms. Brother Taalik, you remember that one?
Okay, what was the title again?
Defending. Let me go back to my list. Defending black people from racists and their Uncle Toms.
Exactly what's happening, but I would guess that I'm probably explaining the need for defending our people against all these vicious enemies. You know, I don't know what it is about black people. You know, no matter what we say, no matter what we do, there's always somebody out trying to hurt us. Nigger this and those blacks do this and the niggers on welfare. I mean, we can't have no peace. There's always somebody trying to hurt us, you know. But where are the defenders? So, you know, there has to be somebody that's going to stand up when we are attacked like this, to stand up and defend us. So I take it upon myself, and I appreciate all those brothers and sisters that's out here trying to do something, because many of us are doing nothing at all. But if all of us did a little something, things would change. But many of us, you know, we're comfortable in this filth. And so you have all these persons, you know, they get their rocks off and, you know, jumping on black folks, talking about us like a dog, whatever. Well, you're not going to do that around me and expect not to have a defense, somebody to argue with you right back. And when we're done with you, you're going to leave here with your tail between your legs, because it's not happening. Because when they talk about black people and our plight, most of these persons in their communities, they just as bad. But since we live in a racist society, those racists try to paint us like we really have a problem, when the problem really is the society itself. When you talk about ratchet behavior and drunkenness and all like that, who's more drunk, who's more dope fiend than Caucasian people? That's why they're killing each other in Mexico, trying to feed these Caucasian people drug lust. And they're killing each other because black folks ain't using all those different drugs and that these people trying to. That's not us. And they will even tell you that it's Caucasian people that's using all these different drugs. Illegal. These Caucasian people get high on illegal and legal drugs, both of them. And these Mexicans are killing each other, trying to feed these Caucasian people dope addiction. And then, like myself, I worked many years in the hospitality venue, you know, working in hotels and things. I've seen these Caucasians especially when they get drunk, how ratchet they can get, and the Caucasian women get to taking off their tops and all this kind of stuff, and man, and they got the nerve to try to talk about us. Can't even compare. The only thing different is that they have the media, and they use their media to paint us in a certain way to distract from what they really are. That's all it is. So somebody has to stand up and defend black people. You know, nobody, I would say this, there's nobody wants to be what you call ratchet. There's nobody wants to be, or when they was little, said, you know, I want to go to prison when I grow up. Something happened to people. Something happened to people. Somebody have an experience, and we don't know what has happened to people in their experience. But the first thing that we need to do is try to understand people. There's no compassion for nobody. You know, you have a lot of these self-righteous people. You know, what makes you so righteous? You know, Tommy Sotomayor, for example. You know, he's very self-righteous. But at the same time, you look at him, and he's a drunk. You know, he's in all these bars getting drunk and things of this nature. Who are you to judge anybody? And I don't care about his past, but it's in the public, and he said about it all the time. he's a woman beater. He don't pay his child support. Now all of a sudden, after a little time gone by, you think all of a sudden you become righteous. And you ain't that righteous because he's still a drunk. You go to bars and get drunk, and he still talk about beating up women, talking about pound cake. Now here you are, you got charged, convicted of domestic abuse, and now you come on the internet and brag about what woman you beat up. Pound cake. I'm like, what is this from? And not only that, Tommy Sotomayor was talking about beating up our elders. He told this one of our elderly sisters, she's about going on 80 years old, said she just made a comment about his video, very nice and whatever, very civil. He said, I hope you die. And another brother made a video making an examination of his opinion, and he called him George Jefferson and talking about how much he hated him. Hope he died. I was like, this fella has a problem. He has a serious problem, and he needs to be called out on it. He needs to be called out on it. It's just as simple as that. And that goes the same for me. If I'm out here doing something crazy and wacko that is a detriment to my people, I want you to call me out. I want you to do that. Don't let nobody come and beat us up and abuse us and make mockery of us. That's right. Accountability. That's it. Exactly. Accountability. We need to hold everybody, all these people in the public, accountable for their actions. And what he has done and what he's doing is detrimental to the health of our people. That's why I rise up and must speak against that type of rhetoric. Our people need love. They don't need beating up and this hatred that this man is spewing. And when he talks about our people, it seems like that hate coming from up out of his soul. When he talks about Caucasian people, the negative aspect, you don't hear that hate. But when he talks about us, it seems like a dragon coming out of his throat. Well, enter another dragon. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to sit around and be quiet and allow you to beat up on our people. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at the chat room. What's this? Guest 5, you got a question? Anybody else? Guest 10, guest 4, guest 9. What's going on here, huh?
I see someone in the chat room, Sultan. Man, I can't pronounce that name, but it's Sultan. I sent a shout out to that person.
Yeah,
everybody that says the truth.
Yeah, your microphones are still on, brother. So y'all want to chime in? You can chime in. Connecticut, Mankara, the mics are on. Oh, what's this? You got the number?
Yeah, that's the person. It's a person that wants me to call Tommy Sotomayor.
Sotomayor,
yeah. I would like, number 5 is listening. It's guest 5. Keep asking me about Tommy. Why don't you call Tommy Sotomayor? Ask him to. We'll have a private meeting and talk about these issues. That's what we can do. We don't have to come out in the public. We can go behind the scenes and have a decent conversation. Ask Tommy Sotomayor to do that for me. If we want the same thing.
Oh, what? Well, I leave the comfort of the show to Bill. Okay. I'm pretty available, but all right, we can talk about that. Let me see something. I got another video on my list. Where's my list?
I mean, that's all that it takes. This person wants me to interact with Tommy Sotomayor so much. See, they don't want to do the work. Because Tommy Sotomayor might not even talk to them. I'm not going to. You set up the meeting. It don't have to be in public. You set up the meeting, and I will be happy to talk and converse with Tommy Sotomayor because he is not a like I said, this is not nothing personal, but this is our opinion, and all of us have a right to our opinion. So I just expressed my opinion just like he expressed his.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, I'm right here, bro.
What I was trying to say is, I said, does Tony Sotomayor use his show as a barrier?
Yeah.
To run from issues, meaning, you know, if the brothers do let him know the issues they're having with his talk, will he leave the comfort of his show to engage in that talk? Or does he have his show simply for that purpose, or does he have to engage and he can talk and slander people the way he does because you don't have to leave that show?
Yes. Mhm. Mhm.
That's an interesting question right there. Daily, why don't you call in, man? We put the number in the chat room. Call in, Daily. Yeah, kind of interesting here. I'm trying to remember the name of the video. There was also a video where you was getting on the
What do you think? Do you know what it was about? I can probably just talk about it. Whatever the subject might have been.
Yeah, it was. You was getting on the conscious community. I'm just trying to remember the name. I have it saved up. I just gotta go through my drive real quick. Damn, what's the name of it? Give me 1 second. I don't remember the damn name of it. What's this?
Well, I want to say this. You know, I hear this coming from many brothers and sisters in the so-called Black conscious community, African spirituality, Black nationalism, whatever. They keep talking about this thing called nation building time. You know, so when is this supposed to start? When is it supposed to happen? Many of these people, they are getting many thousands and millions of dollars from our people and talking about nation building time. And my question is, I don't even see a bubble gum machine from some of these people. What they doing with the money that they're getting, except feed their families and for their own personal things. They're not nation builders.
Yeah.
And how can you build a nation if you do not wish to unite with your people? What nation are you building? You know, that's what I would like to. I mean, you can't build a nation without your people. We need in order to build a nation consists of many different ideologies, many different people. Even in the United Snakes of America, everybody don't believe in the same thing. But when it comes to nation and standing up for this flag, they are united. We have a common goal and a common purpose.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I was looking at something in the chat.
Yeah, but again, like there are many persons, they're not really serious. They are pro-black Sambos and coons. Now, it's the Angelsnupnup7 stance is fake. You know, why do people make these comments? Okay, Angelsnupnup7 stance is fake, but they never explain what's fake about it. What is fake about it?
I want him to debate Tommy, but he won't even acknowledge that the man is on live.
What does that have to do with what's going on right now? Because we're on live. He's on his program live now. What that has to do with our program? In fact, really, like I say, we just brought him up, mentioned him really, and I'm ready to continue on. I've given him many chances. He does not want to speak with me, so I'm not interested in Tommy Sotomayor at all. He knows how to get contact. All my videos have my contact number on them. If he wants to talk to me, he can send me an email. However, if he want to talk with me.
You want him to debate?
Now this person said, we talking behind his back. How are you talking behind somebody's back when you have public video? It's crazy. But, yeah, brother.
Okay, what's
yeah.
this?
We got a long way to go. Our people are really lost. You know, when a person is looked upon calling our women out of their name, whores and bitches, talk about pound cake and whipping our people, disrespect our elderly, you view them as something positive, you have a pure sickness.
Mm.
And that's a sign of a sickness, because you fallen in love with abuse. And some of these people are self-righteous. He ain't talking about me. But the thing with Tommy Sotomayor, if you disagree with him in any kind of way, it will be you, because he will love you this minute. And Tommy Sotomayor has made this very clear. He said very clear, I don't give a damn about none of you. But these people are sick. Our people are used to being abused. And so they suffer from Joyce was talking about post-traumatic slave syndrome. They fallen in love with their oppressor. They fallen in love with abuse. And right, and the brother or sister on the chat room is right. It's frustration. It's an emotional outcry. They hurting, and that's all that it is.
They just want to hear a fight. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely.
Oh man.
Yes.
Very interesting indeed. What's going on here? What the hell? Yeah, they just want to hear some type of verbal exchange or something.
Yeah, so.
Very interesting. Well, we talked about the new temple that you got building. I'm still trying to find this video. I can't think of the damn name of it. It's an old one. I'm trying to go through my drive while you guys are talking. But
you know, I have many videos. Even though they destroyed 60 of my channels, I still have a lot of channels up in many videos. So they failed in what they tried to do. They turn out to be the losers.
The true reason of why black unity is impossible.
Oh, why black unity is impossible? That's very simple. How can you have black unity, especially if people don't want it? In about, I think it was 2010, I went out, and I even actually got in my little raggedy car, went out to meet certain people, asking us, to unify. What can we do to unify? And basically nobody was interested. But again, at the same time, when you look at the word black, people associate and believe black is something that came from us. Black it comes from up out of the Caucasian supremacy system. That's where it comes from, black. There ain't no Africans, or there was nobody of color running around talking about, we black people. That's a label that Caucasian people put on us. And when they put that on us, and remember, black in their English language, black means curse. Black means devil. Black means evil. Black was something that was bad. And so they put that on us, and black was never meant to unite. Black was meant to divide. Black was meant to make mockery of a people. And so you have these people who are promoting black, and look at the result. What is happening? You have black people that are divided. They are not unified. They are divided, and they make mockery of each other, because that's what black comes from up out of the essence of Caucasian supremacy. It was designed to divide and conquer, not unite a people against an oppressor. So, first of all, these people do not want to unite anyway, because they have questionable covert agendas, and then black itself, it was not designed to unify anybody. It was designed to divide and conquer, to make mockery of. So black unity, in that essence, is not possible.
Okay, I think this is a question. And who benefits from disunity amongst blacks?
The main people that benefits from disunity among blacks, of course, the greatest benefactor are Caucasian people. Always have been. Always. But our disunity makes us vulnerable to everybody. So when you go to the black community, you see Asian people, Arabs, Africans, and Haitians, and everybody in our community sucking our life's blood, our economic blood. So when you have this unity, when you have a people who refuse to do for themselves and love one another and look out for self, which actually, prior to integration, black people were actually doing these things. We were looking out for ourselves, creating our own business under Jim Crow. We were doing better under Jim Crow than we are right now due to integration. But after integration, once we embrace integration, we view what we built as nothing, and we began to gravitate toward the things of the slave master, because in our minds we were still slaves and we wanted to get close to our master, and what we built with our own hands wasn't good enough. So all the black banks faded away. All the black cab companies faded away. The hotels and the towns faded away. So the greatest benefactor, the greatest benefactor, of course, is Caucasian people.
Yeah, definitely. I was wanting to say that it was more than just a fading away with the integration. It was more of like systematic destruction of the infrastructure that we built up without separation. Without separation. And then that's what, then finally it started to disintegrate because of the, just numerous accounts of, just outright terrorism, terroristic tactics utilized against our black infrastructure. But go ahead, add on.
That's right. What that brother says, 1,000% right. Because don't you know? Because, many of our people don't even know about Black Wall Street. And we had Black Wall Street not only in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but we also had a version of Black Wall Street in the Carolinas. And these Caucasian people attacked these institutions and destroyed them.
Yeah. Wilmington. It was Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because in Wilmington, go ahead, bro.
Our people don't know that black folks had over 60 towns in this country. 60 all-black towns. And they invented some of the most modern conveniences in those towns. Yes, right, all 60 was taken out, all of them, destroyed. Because if you have a town turn to cities, and cities take over states. They did not want that to happen with black people. Did not want that to happen.
Systematic, very systematic in how they did it.
I would also like to say also that anyone out there in the listening audience or who will listen to this particular program, I would hope that you would contact the Realist Temple on any of our channels, on YouTube or on Facebook, Daily Motion or Vimeo, because we're getting ready to launch a campaign to join us so that we can begin this process to create a brand new reality. And I'm very sure our action, if we are supported, according to how much support we get within a certain period of time, with little or nothing, we will show you what we really should be doing. And what we really should be doing has already, you don't have to come up with anything new. It's already been laid down. The only thing we have to do is follow the path. There are many of our ancestors who have already shown us the direction we need to move. And the only thing we have to do is be serious and start walking down that path. And if you're a serious person, and the Reality Temple does not represent any religion, however, you can be religious, you can be spiritual, you can be all those different things. But the only thing that is required is that you're real and wanting to change our condition. And bring what you know. You know, because we need everybody in this effort. We need if you're a scientist, we want you. We want the teachers. We want the carpenters. We want the electricians, because we're trying to build. We're really trying to build a nation. And from a nation, we want to take over. We want to be an example to cause the change, to bring into existence a new reality. That's what we want to do. And you can't do that by beating up our people. They already been beat up for the last 400 years. And why would you beat somebody up and you don't like being beat up? So I would hope that you would keep up with the newest information on my channel and really give us a chance, give us a listen, and really sit back and compare what is being said to all those other things. I am not about entertainment. All the people working with me, we've had enough entertainers. It's time for revolutionaries, people who are willing to do what is necessary. If you're not ready to sacrifice, if you're not ready to die, then you will continue to stay in this condition. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for your future generations, do it for your children. But the greatest reward that will happen is that this generation will be remembered as the greatest set of human beings that have ever been existed in human history. And just like King Noble said, and that's a fact.
Sure indeed. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this chat room. It's on fire in here. Anybody in the chat room have a question for the brother? It's now 12:15 on the East Coast.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Okay, y'all guys are just going back and forth.
Yes.
Brother Bourne, you still hot. Southeast Missouri, your mic is hot. Sultan, you're hot. Yeah, man, just chime in, add on. I'm just curious about this ruckus going on here in the chat room.
Oh, what I want to ask you, brother, besides this website, do you upload these radio broadcasts to YouTube or any other place?
I'm gonna start doing the YouTube soon. We just signed the thing now. We're gonna have it played in New York, Chicago, and a few other spots. We also have the website. We have 6 different streams. As soon as this show is done, I have it uploaded so the brothers in Germany, UK, Asia, they'll be able to hear us.
Okay.
So, yeah, it gets floated around. I try to float it around as much as possible.
Okay.
What's this? Oh, you guys are still fighting in that chat room. But yeah.
Is it all right? Is it all right that I can upload it to my channel?
Yeah. No problem. Okay. Sign up for the site, hoodx.com. You can also upload your videos there as well.
Okay.
So yeah, we appreciate the content. It's no problem.
Okay. Like again, anyone who wishes more information and wants to keep up with what is going on with the Realities Temple, again, on YouTube, due to the false flagging, I can't send you to a specific channel. Just put Angelsnupnup7, the Realities Temple, in your search engine, and most of the channels will be up to date, and you can keep up. You can keep up with what's going on. Plus, on any of my videos that you find, my telephone number is there, and you can call and talk to me anytime. Most people are shocked that they reach some of these people that's on YouTube. Now, my only problem sometimes is people will call me just to call me nigger, then they hang up. You know, they do, and I have received death threats and all this other kind of stuff. But sometimes I don't answer the telephone just to try to. I don't want to give these people the thrill that I answer the phone and they actually heard me, so they can call me a nigger or say, nigga, I'm going to kill you or some crap like that, you know.
Oh, no.
But you call that number, and most of the time, if I'm not available, if you leave a message, I will return your call. We need to talk. And again, this person that wants me to speak with Tommy Sotomayor, my personal telephone number is on all my videos. And if you want to talk to me personally about this issue, you can call me. But I've made efforts to speak with Tommy Sotomayor on several occasions. He's not interested, so you know I'm not interested in him. I have other things that I have to do and accomplish. I'm not really interested. In fact, as I become stronger, the more I become successful, pretty soon he's going to be somebody of the past, because he's not bringing nothing of benefit to our community. And again, like King Noble said, that's a fact.
I hear that.
Yes,
not really any questions in the chat room other than this. Let's see what's going on here. Carl, you got a question for the brother?
No, I'm just listening. I'm over here getting that guest 5, wherever the fuck this dude guest 5 is. He got a whole lot to say, not to say nothing. You know. Once again, if these people's position can't be truly defined, then they must be deemed as compromised. You know what I mean? For real. If we talking science and these niggas is talking bacon and eggs, it's not gonna hit them, man. It's like us talking on a boat trying to spit on a fish. It's not gonna reach him. It's just not gonna hit him. You know?
Right.
Brother Paul got disconnected.
And we've been progressing a whole lot with our movements, with our information as a whole. I'm speaking in terms of like religion, you know. We've been making a lot of progress with truly defining the position of a lot of these religions, and how, regardless of how you want to look at it politically or economically, they're used against us.
Yes.
So for people to kind of rehash this shit that we done dealt with, it shows their position. Because a lot of our brothers, man, let's be real, man, a lot of our brothers have moved in high positions with this religion, man. And if we're telling these people that these religions don't exist, that means their position is null and void. If you an imam or you a pastor or you a fucking mason of high standard, and we telling you this shit don't exist and the people are changing their value system based on truth, then your shit is null and void.
Oh.
And their position then is just defending that. That's all I got to say.
That's right. Now, see, that was right on point. That's 1,000% true. That's right. Absolutely right. Nobody got that day is over. And see, I'm glad you brought that up, brother. See, that's why a lot of them don't want to mess with me, because I represent the end of their money making. Because if people begin to listen to me, and I'm not interested in all that history stuff, of which, of course, we need to know our history and all like that, all that type of thing. But they've taken this thing and become obsessed with all these different things. So if I take the people away from all that historical mumbo-jumbo that these people teaching and the religious crap, whatever, that messes with their pocket. And like I said before, a lot of these people, that's what they're here for, celebrity and making money. And, those days got to be over. Ain't nobody got time for that kind of stuff. It's over for that mess. Over. And that's what this ministry represents. That's why I took all the religion out of it. That's why I took all the spirituality out of it. I took all the history out of it. All this stuff that we get hooked on, I took all of it out of it. There's only one thing left, liberation. Either you're down or you're not. That's the end. That's it.
Exactly. And see, even I understand why you even take the history part out, because some people will hear that part and kind of get deaf, because sometimes people's actualization of what history is still caught up in the mythology of these religions.
Absolutely, that's right.
Because if you have an honest view of history, you can see history. Well, first off, you got to have an honest principle of understanding and logical thinking first. You got to have good critical thinking. The elders got to, good critical thinking that your mom taught you and so forth. That you can look at an article or anything on some bullshit and be able to pick out what's good from it. And a lot of people can't do that, and they get trapped in that one book because it becomes a security blanket as well. But generally speaking, if you see history, you can use history to diffuse the religion. But if your concept, because right now what they're doing is they're mixing the mythology with historical facts and using science to prove it. But even in the white people's standard, you even have a religion of Scientology before Farrakhan even got to it. So we see this already existing. It's going to become a buffer zone. When you hear words like Bantu, for example, and Anunnaki, and things like this describing indigenous cultures in North America and Africa, these are white names that are really historical blockers, that you'll always get caught up historically, because you can't get past that name that he purposely created that don't mean nothing to define the true names of the people. So you can't, like I understand, you can't use the history part as well. So you got to just use actual facts. Right, and the fact is, they don't care about your political, religious standard of life. They don't care how you live in your morality. They see you for a shade of skin tone, judge you, have judged you, and will continue to do so based on that what benefits them. And we got to assess that.
That's right. So brother, what you basically saying is that you will take over the reality temple and I can sit down. Because is that what you're saying? I can go ahead and sit down and take me a break. So you definitely on point.
What'd you say, brother?
I told that brother, basically what he's saying is that I can sit down and take a break, and he can go ahead and do the reality temple thing and roll out. So a lot of people don't understand, when you're in my position, whatever, and you got all these suckers that's coming to attack you, and a lot of people, they don't really mean it. They're just ignorant. They just really don't understand. And you have to take all this heat. Like this guy here, he hasn't stopped yet. But it's all right. I don't take it personal. Do not take it personal. I just understand our people are sick and they've been misled and misguided. So I just keep rolling and become the example and just create the reality that I'm talking about. Because a lot of people they have to actually see things, and once you see things, you can't deny it. Stay in your face. See, this is how it's done. Look at the success. Look at how the people changing. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Just said, brother, I'm a little on the tired side. I've been up.
Yeah. I'm getting a little of my damn self.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on down, brother. I really do.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you also.
Yeah, man. The carpet is always rolled for you. Welcome anytime.
Yes, sir.
I was just looking at this chat room. These guys going back and forth. People right in the chat room. Guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Brother Adewale that was with us earlier from the other side of the coast. Brother Bourne, I think he got disconnected. We got Sutin Mankara from the Black Pharaohs. What's the talk show? Y'all still doing that show?
I've been caught up in school this quarter. I haven't really got up with the brother.
Okay,
I got a lot of info, though. I got a lot of info to start one with a lot of these classes I'm taking this quarter pertaining to race, pertaining to the biological, the crackers that came up with the whole science of why we different and so forth, and how they still doing gene pool, all that shit, man. You know, chop it up with me. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to use it and wrap up, I got a lot of information on pertaining to some relevant shit that's current right now. I've been caught up in that.
Yeah, I got about another hour and change on the clock. Let me make sure. All right, I'm at 2:40, so I got about an hour and 20 minutes. You want to go on in? Yeah, what's this? Talk show number 129895. Let me put that in the chat room. Everybody in the chat room. Yeah, man. Yeah, Brother Taalik, I appreciate it. I'm about to turn in my day, so my eyes are starting to get a little cloudy over here. You want to put your contact info out there one more time? You still there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
What did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I was saying if you wanted to put your contact information out there one more time.
Oh, yeah. Yes, please contact Angelsnupnup7. Any of my videos, you can find my contact information. There is no particular YouTube channel because of the false flagging. But if you just find any of my videos, you can find my contact information, and you can also contact me on Facebook. Again, it's the same thing. I have many channels on Facebook. Just put the Realist Temple, Angelsnupnup7, and you will all my contact information is there. And like I said, my personal telephone number is there for those who want to talk, whether it's positive towards me or negative towards me. You just want to talk about it and just have civil conversation. Give me a call. Let's just talk it out. You don't have to come on the internet and write that I'm fake and I'm silly or stuff like that. Give me a call. Have a decent conversation. You know, I won't bite you. You know, we can have a conversation. I'm not like that. So, again, thank you, brother, for the invitation. Even though sometimes I feel as though a lot of this has gone too far or whatever, but you know, there's still a need to it. But also at the same time, we as a people, how long are we going to just talk about different things and understand the reality of our condition and take the correct action? Because clearly right now we're not taking the correct action because it seems as though our condition is not getting any better. It's getting worse. So we want to bring a different choice to the people so they can see and compare to what is real and, like Brother J.T. Riley said, what is fake. And you make your decision on what you want to do. Me, myself, I want to be real, and I want my freedom to be real, not this delusional stuff that we living in here, making comfortable. I'm not comfortable with anything in America. I'm not comfortable with their jobs, their ice cream, their World Series, their cars. I don't want nothing about that. I want my own. I want my own nation. I want to be able to make my own laws, do my own thing. And when a man can be able to do that, then he makes a place for his black woman. And in that nation, I can guarantee you there's no weaves and hair hats and all these different things, because that woman will reflect that man. And then through that reflection, she will teach her children the correct way to go. And you have a beautiful nation. Until you're able to do those different things, remove yourself from a filthy and wicked society, ain't too much going to change because you're still playing in the mud. You want to clean yourself up. How you going to clean yourself up still playing in the mud? As long as we are here in America and these Caucasian races are in control, the only thing you're doing is being comfortable playing in the mud. And with that said, brother, thank you so much for having me here. And
thank you.
I hope that those who listen to this program will take the time to examine myself and our position. And like I said, I don't bite. Give me a call, send me an email, and let us talk. And I hope that you will be able to see that what we're trying to do is right on the money, and come and join us in this effort. Thank you. Peace and respect you.
You got to respect you, brother. I'll talk to you, man. I'll hit you up on Facebook. Well, Max, I'll just text you. You know it's me. Okay. Guest 15, you got a last minute question before our guest leaves? Guest 5, want to say something? All right, well, that was the Reality's Temple with our special guest, Brother Taalik Ibn'rad, a.k.a. Angelsnupnup7. Oh, is he still, brother, you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Can we get another mighty before you go?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. I am. Thank y'all for listening. And this is your brother, the mighty Angelsnupnup7. Your brother, and hopefully your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad.
All right, let me just throw a track on, man. Carver, just chill with us for a second. We're going to come right back. Okay, yeah. Let me just come and cut it right here. So for the next episode, let me just throw one track on. This is Talk Shoe Radio, TalkShoe.com, Talk Shoe Show number 128740, Underground Railroad Radio. We will be back in 1 minute.
Shit, we in the future right now.
I don't look towards that way.
The future is right now. The thought that I'm about to say, this last word at the end of this sentence, is the future, all right? That's how I feel about it. Right now is the future. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow, this, that, and the third? We just building. Today. I just hung up the phone with Tony Robinson L., who is my hood ex-colleague. This dude he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. But because I don't have the authority to give him one, I'm going to shoot him a video. And I want to send this man a huge shout out, because what he just did is one of the most epic, important moves that have happened in Hood X history. I've been networking with so-called artists, so-called promoters, so-called producers, half-ass DJs, half-ass marketers, half-ass dancers. I've marketed and networked with hundreds, thousands of people, but none of them were able to do what Tony Robinson L. did for me today. I just hung up the phone with him, and he basically explained to me that from this day forth, everything changes. I cannot explain to you how excited I am about this. We just landed a deal with Time Warner Cable Television out of New York, and we're also expanding to Brooklyn.
Ooh wee, this motherfucking chat room, what the fuck? Okay, it's guest 5 versus, guest 5 and guest 15? Is that what it is? Oh, boy, it's getting hot in here. Let me bring this microphone on. What's going on in here? Man, can you hear me? Alright,